Kia ora e te whānau, back again. Thank you so much to those that joined us earlier for that interview we did with Ruth Copeland from the Resonance app. That went really well, and it was quite interesting to know how she's getting on with that. At the moment, we've got Gabrielle Tamihana with us, all the way from up in Whangarei. Is that where you are?
Otaka Whangarei, yeah.
Ah, ka whai. Okay, so we've got Gabrielle Tamihana up here from up north, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what's happening with the protest on September the 17th. Now, I've heard a bit about this. I've heard a lot of, all I've really heard is that it's happening on the 17th. It's happening on the 17th. And I don't know a hell of a lot else, so I was hoping you'd be able to explain that to me. So what is it all about? Why are we all meeting on the 17th? Mandates are gone, apparently. Why are we still upset?
Well, we're not upset, Zeb, but we do want the truth to be spoken. Of course, that's what all of us want, truth and transparency. But in regards to the 17th, there was a worldwide rally for freedom happening on that day. And so I did get in contact with the organisers. So there is a board of directors for this worldwide rally for freedom. And I asked them if New Zealand could join, but could we do it as a march against mainstream media? So they were all for it, and they created the posters for me and have been pushing it out. There's heaps of countries joining, like Canada. I think I've seen one for Spain. There's a lot. Australia. It's worldwide.
So have you personally organised this one in New Zealand, or has it already been organised? You're just playing along? What's happening?
For me, because I like to call myself a coordinator, not a leader. I don't like being called a leader because I don't want followers. I want everyone to be inspired to be their own leader and to lead with their own purpose. But as the head coordinator for New Zealand, yeah, we did put out the call to the rest of the country to ask who wanted to be involved, and Wellington has come on board. So Freedom Alliance down there has jumped in, and they've taken on the reins for Wellington. And then we've got Christchurch on board also, who is our beautiful sister Nikki Giddens, and also Cole Barkley. So they've both gone from our camp, gone down south, and yeah, they're going to rack things up down there.
Oh, wonderful. My gosh. So they're going all the way down south. I assume Nikki is not taking her horse trailer?
No, the Dabs in the taxi is still on campsite. So but she's down there at the moment, supporting a friend whose partner was not very well. So she went down there for that. But as soon as she knew she was going down south, she said, "Look, I can do Christchurch." So I said, "I knew you would."
That's it. So you mentioned something about mainstream media being the reason for this protest. Can you elaborate a bit?
Well, as we all know, Zeb, as of recent, mainstream media have been targeting our local candidates running for council. They've targeted especially the freedom fighters that are putting themselves forward for candidacy, and we know that they're being targeted because they are freedom fighters, which I find really, really, not fair. And I was able to have a small talk with Sam Wormsley from Palmerston North, so he's running for Palmerston City Council, and that was amazing. I mean, you get to meet the people, the actual people, and know who they are without mainstream media putting this ridiculous spin on it. So yeah, it was
just
really
quickly
good.
For those of you at home who don't know Sam Wormsley is running for council in Palmerston North, and if you scroll back on the Zeb Jackson Live page, there's actually an interview with him a few days back. So I thought I'd just put that out there. Sorry, keep going.
Thank you, Zeb. Yeah, and we've also got Daniel Rurik, who is one of our work colleagues. So he's running
for mayor. Is that right?
Oh, he should, but he's running for Hutt City Council. So yeah, he's running for council down there, and he's actually been in main headlines, I think, 3 times, and it's ridiculous.
There's been some lovely hit pieces, hasn't there? And it doesn't seem to be coming from one particular mainstream media. A lot of them are sort of connected.
Yeah, I believe the New Zealand Herald stuff, of course, and News Hub, which are both connected to One News and 3 News, I think it is. So they work in conjunction. They run stories in conjunction with each other in order to get the slanderous slanderous articles out to the mass of New Zealand. So that's their MO. They work together, not speaking the truth, but speaking against the freedom movement in general.
Quick question. Who do we have to sleep with around here to get our own Freedom TV network?
Do you know what, Zeb? A few of our team, a few. Actually, I know a lot of people that want that put in motion. And
that'd be cool.
I reckon now's the time, because we've got awesome people like you. Like, there's so much independent media out there that deserve to be heard on a mass scale. Yous are the ones spreading the truth. Yous are the ones helping the truth, the actual truth, get out there. So we owe it to you as part of our work to help that get up and running.
Yeah, I would love to see something like that pop up. I think it would be amazing, and it would give me one reason to maybe start looking at a TV again. But anyway, more about the 17th. So are you going to be attending, I assume, the Auckland one?
Definitely. So we'll be in Aotea Square at 10 a.m. I did want to mention that there is a group leaving Whangarei. I think it's called Uretiti Camp at 7 o'clock in the morning. So if anyone can get there before that, or the Northlanders that want to come through, please join them at Uretiti campsite, and then you can all convoy in together. They are going to be stopping at the Auckland Domain at night. They should get there at 9 o'clock, and then they're planning on walking from there, because there's parking there, to Aotea Square. So they'll meet us. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, lovely. So what is the plan? So you're meeting at Aotea Square at 10 a.m. and then what?
We do have the beautiful Liz Gunn hosting.
Nice.
So I'm excited. She's the professional, and this is her realm of expertise. So we're very honoured to have her on board to speak about her side of mainstream media and the protocols. Yeah. And we are planning to have a few speeches, hopefully, at Aotea Square. There are supposed to be 17, I think, mandated out nurses that are going to come along. And I think 3 of them are going to be speaking, and the rest just standing in support. So, and we're really looking for anybody who wants to speak, who has a story to share it. And so from Aotea Square, we'll be looking at moving to the NZME building. So it's not too far a walk, and that's the New Zealand Herald. That's why we're going. And again, we're gonna hopefully have some more speeches there, and then move from there to the TVNZ building, which is, of course, One News and stuff in the same area.
We love TVNZ. So meeting at 10 o'clock down at Aotea Square, and then around what time are you guys going for a hikoi?
I think we're looking at somewhere between 10:30 to 11, kind of trying to work it organically. Yeah.
See how it goes, go with the flow, and start your walk whenever. And so are you guys having to sort of let the powers that be know that you're protesting and your route and stuff like that? Is that what has to happen?
Generally, yes. But I think for me personally, I've seen what happens when we do follow some sort of order. And even if we do try and follow some sort of order, we don't know if it's going to be safe for us. This has been demonstrated a lot, for our people, for the freedom movement. So we're not going to obviously put anybody in danger. We're not going to condone violence or attacks of any sort. We're going to make sure that everybody is safe. We're going to read out a code of conduct, hopefully at the start, so people know that this is how we need to act. Anyone that acts out of this is not part of the march, and they need to exit themselves. Yeah.
So after TVNZ, hikoi back to Aotea Square, is that right?
Yeah, we haven't actually gotten that far, Zeb. Thank you for bringing that up. But again, it comes back to I believe in democracy and asking the people what they want to do. Like that's really all we can do after TVNZ. We can ask the people that are there what do you want to do, giving them a choice, or their say. I think.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah, who's your brother?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how, I mean, I would love to be there, but unfortunately I'm not attending. But if I were attending, I would love to just see everyone get together afterwards for a bit of networking and a bit of social, just chatting, stuff like that, especially when a lot of people have sort of traveled to get there. It's so nice to see everybody together. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what does roll out and what does happen at this event. I'd be really interested to hear what these nurses are coming to say when they have their talk. So from what I'm told, nurses no longer have to be vaccinated to work as a nurse now, or
yeah, I haven't been following it totally, Zeb, and I've heard that they still have to wear masks, so I'm aware of that, the health workers, but well, that's what I believe. But I don't think the ones that have been mandated can get their jobs back so easily. Like the government's making out like, oh, everything's okay now. You just can lay off. But when it comes to the COVID-19 Public Health Response Act and the amendments, this is what we need to take note of, because without this legislation being taken out, they can easily put back whatever they've just removed, like no mask, mandates are dropped. If anything happens, they can just reinstate it almost instantly.
Another question, slightly off topic, but I'd still love to hear your opinion. To all those people who are out there saying, guys, mandates are gone, it's over, why are you still making a big fuss about stuff? What is your problem? What's your response, Gabrielle?
My response is the truth is still not being spoken, Zeb. Our vaccine injured are still not being heard. They're being pushed aside. They're being told it's not what you think it is. It's insulting to these people who were, healthy before the so-called vaccine and are now in wheelchairs. Like this is not just a coincidence. And so for these people, we still need to make sure their voices are heard. We need to make sure that mainstream media is speaking the truth, which they are not. They are not. They're controlled. And so once all of this is sorted, which I personally don't believe that's the government's agenda is, it's not to tell the truth, that's for sure. But we can aim to sort of not force them, but bring about a solution that will hold them accountable, and hopefully they start telling the truth. Right now they're not, so we're not giving up.
No way, not even close. Yeah, that sounds really cool. What you've managed as a coordinator in the whole of New Zealand, what you've managed to get sorted. And this isn't your first rodeo, is it, Gabrielle? It's not your first rodeo organising things. So I guess you're sort of getting a lot more experienced in a coordinator sort of role without actually being employed.
Before I worked full-time in the freedom movement, Zeb, I'd done stuff back home that was not paid work, but it was for our community to make it better. So I did do a lot of mahi back home, so I am experienced in it. But the thing with me is I was always in the background because I hate the microphone. I hate doing interviews. I hate my face being out there. But I was like, after the last 6 months, 7 months, I need to get my face out there. This is a matter of I need to have my voice heard too. That's how I feel.
Yeah, exactly. And for people like me, interviewing yourself, it's good to hear it straight from the horse's mouth without using the word horse, to get it straight from the person rather than hearing from others. So I really, really am appreciative that you are a bit more comfortable nowadays coming on the live streams. I was just talking to Gabrielle off screen earlier, Whānau, just about how far she's come. I remember the first time I interviewed Gabrielle on Zeb Jackson Live, and oh my God, she was the biggest mess of nerves. She just about didn't do it. It was so close. But oh, babe, I'm so proud of you. You're doing amazing.
Thank you, Zeb. I feel vulnerable, I think, but I'm so confident when I'm speaking to people face to face because it's
Yeah.
different. But when I come on, because I know others are watching me, so I know, oh my gosh, there's going to be so much people watching. I might say the wrong thing, so I'm just very careful of what I say too.
Well,
Yeah,
one of the things that really helps me is the fact that if you're speaking the truth, you don't have to worry about remembering or forgetting things because the
true.
truth just comes out. And,
Yeah,
if you're trying to remember other facts and, misinformations and stuff, then, it just doesn't happen naturally and organically like it is right now. So,
yeah.
that's great. And
That's
yeah,
what I'm afraid of too, Zeb. Because anything can come out, so I'm like, please don't say anything that's, you know.
oh, the intimidation of live streams, far no.
Yeah.
Oh, ka pai, all right. So this is sounding really good. So the 17th is in what, 3 days?
Yeah.
3 days. So I know this has been planned for a little while. I know there's some whānau out there who are going to say to me, oh my God, 3 days notice, what the heck? So apologies for that. I do know it's been in the planning process for a while. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens. So is anyone going to be live streaming on the day that we can watch out
Well,
for?
I've heard. I know. Well, I'm hoping that we can live stream in with you. We could
Yeah,
definitely
that would
get
be great.
somebody, yeah, to specifically make sure they're available for you, Zeb, on the Saturday in Auckland. I think I heard that Phil's going down to Wellington, so I know he could probably definitely tune in from there, and then I'll have to find someone from Christchurch. But I know Nikki or Kyle, as soon
Yeah, there
as,
you go.
like, get on, Zeb wants you.
Come in, Nikki. No
Yeah.
way out of way.
Yeah.
No, all good. So now we know what this protest is all about. It's about, addressing mainstream media for non-truths that they've been putting out there, and
Yeah.
also these hit pieces, which it's just totally unnecessary. I mean, okay, these people have been through an experience of, the freedom world in New Zealand, an experience that these other people haven't experienced, and they're singling them out and putting them under little umbrella names like anti basically everything.
Mm.
And they need to be answerable for that, because
Yep.
it's not okay. Just
Well,
make
they
things up
haven't had
and print them out.
yeah, they haven't had a
Oh,
right to reply. That's the thing. And when I did watch that interview with Paula Penfold, I think her name is, she said in the interview, I don't want to give them a right of reply. But as a journalist, you should. That's part of
exactly.
your code. It's part of your code to get both sides of the story, or it's just gossip. So
And that's
I think.
exactly what it is. It's
Mm,
one-sided narratives that are coming out, and they're not taking into account at all the other side. Which, yeah,
yeah,
you're right. You're spot on. That's not what journalism is. Journalism is a balance of information. It's when you collect all sides of the stories, put it together, and that's what you're left with.
yeah.
Um, it's like having an argument break out between your three children, and you only go to one of them for their side, and that's law.
Mm, mhm.
Not cool. Anyone who's a parent knows that's not right. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, mainstream media. Watch out, guys. Portable Phil, I can see he's just made a comment here saying, I'll definitely be there in Wellington. Awesome work, Gabrielle. Kia ora, Phil. I don't know if you caught just earlier. We said we were going to probably pop it on your live feed on the day to see how it's going.
Nomination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nominate someone to go live with me, guys.
Yeah.
I'll set up a poll. No, I won't. That could be
Awesome.
dangerous. But anyway, I think that's pretty much all of the rundown that answered my questions. I know exactly what it's about now, and I really appreciate that. Is there anything you want to chat about before we cut this off?
Um, I just want to encourage our freedom fighters within the movement just to keep going. I know a lot of people are going through mental distress at the moment, emotional distress. I just feel like right now we all need to stay connected.
Mm,
Don't take things too harshly. Keep researching, and when it comes to personal relationships and gossip and stuff
mm,
like that, just make sure we don't end up like mainstream media only taking one side of a story. Make sure you do your research as well and get two sides of every story.
That's
Investigate
right.
it until you
At
find out the
least
absolute
two
truth.
sides.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
definitely.
sure. Hey,
Because
I can see a really cute sign behind you. Can I just check it out for a sec?
yeah,
It says love. What is in all the little pictures? Are there little pictures inside the letters?
Nikki Giddens, she does most of our signs for protesting, but these ones she done for around the camp. So she's a
Very
very beautiful
cool.
artist. Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. I love the colours. Well done, Nikki. Shout out to your artwork, babe. All right. Well, thanks so much for
Amazing.
making time to chat with me today, Gabrielle. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you for sharing your wonderful knowledge. Always appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you for everything too, Zeb. As our independent media, we're grateful for you
Bye.
for speaking the truth and spreading our truth too. So awesome.
Thanks, Gabrielle. All right, Fana, you enjoy the rest of your evening. That's us for the night. Poor Marie.
Mari.